Hello and welcome to Future of Work. My name is Robert Hackett. I'm a reporter here at Fortune Magazine, and we're here with Kevin Mandia, the CEO of FireEye. Today we'll be discussing cybersecurity and the future of work. So, Kevin,
Yes.
What do you see businesses doing wrong today? Obviously, everybody's getting hacked all the time. There are all these data breaches constantly happening. What is everybody doing wrong? What can they do to improve?
Well, I don't know if there's anything anybody's doing wrong. There's a bunch of companies that are well-intentioned trying to do the right things. The problem is the asymmetry in cyberspace. We're getting sucker punched pretty bad. We haven't figured out as an international community what are the rules of engagement or what's fair game for government activities, for offensive activities in cyberspace conducted by state-sponsored hackers. Until we figure that out, I think I always use hockey analogies on this one. The puck's going to get in the net, meaning we're going to continue to read about intrusions because it's just so much harder to play defense than to play offense.
What trends are you seeing in cybersecurity this year?
Well, that's a great question. I think most nations are operating at capacity. A question I've been getting a lot lately is after the election, is the Russian government or their state-sponsored hackers escalating? And I'm like, I don't know if there's much more they can do. They're already operating at full scale and scope of their capability. So I don't know if we'll notice an uptick because I think they're full bore, pedal to the metal, doing intrusions on a daily basis and making a living off of doing that. But the trends we see, there's no risk or repercussions to hacking companies in the West, and as long as there's no risk or repercussions, if you can be hacked, you will be hacked, and that trend's not going to go away until we can impose some risk, some deterrence. These intrusions are here to stay. So we're kind of at a tipping point where we've got to figure this out as a sovereign nation, the United States. What are we going to do to deter? What are we going to do to establish fair game or rules of engagement? And right now, I think what we're up against is there's safe harbors like Russia, like North Korea, like Iran, where it can do nation-state capabilities and go on offense. And we got to figure out what we're going to do here. So I think you saw there was an indictment against some Russian hackers. That's a great first step to make sure we start having dialogue. Others call it public shaming, but we've got to make the world aware of what's happening. And that's the first step. We did that with China. We said, hey, look, there's a bunch of cyber espionage campaigns from China against the United States and against private sector companies. And we saw that threat. We kind of arbitrated that and figured out what's fair game. And now we're starting to do that with Russia.
Are the attack methods changing at all?
Not as much as you read about. Everybody's like, oh, every attack's more sophisticated. It's been my observation right now, even the attacks we're reading about that are being attributed to Russia or attributed to China, the one rule of engagement I haven't seen broken yet is these nations are choosing to, they have the veil of anonymity of the internet, but they're still wearing the Russian jersey as they do the intrusion. They're signaling, like when the DNC breach happened, we didn't have any doubt that breach came from Russia. When the Chinese hack, it's still from China. Nobody's violated that rule of masquerading as somebody else, and that's a good thing, so I hope that doesn't break. But usually when they break in, they're using language skills and spear phishing. That is the targeted attack du jour, and that hasn't changed for about a decade.